I don't appreciate the lack of confidence that y'all have in me. So that means that I'm gonna sentence you to 1 more month of we're just gonna do this. You know how this fucking works. Wait, I'm sorry. There we go. I'm sorry. The capture card was picking up. My bad. Anyway, that's because yesterday I was recording while having movie night. So yeah, and I didn't want to record anyone else without asking, and I just didn't care about asking. Anyway, just like how Bug will never get first, Bug's gotten first before. You know, I can't say it's been as often, but... Oh yeah, so that also means that I had to mess with my microphone settings, so sorry if they suck. Also, as you can see, the number has gone up. I said I was going to draw something for 15K, and then I just didn't. But yeah, I got to 15K yesterday, and I did a couple extra, because you'll never believe it, passively shiny hunting is extremely easy when watching movies. No offense to movies. It's not that I don't like them or anything, but it's easier to multitask. I legit didn't care for first today. We're developing. Give it up for 15K. Rah! Yeah, I got to 15K while watching. I forget what it was called. I'm not even sure I saw it. It was a John Carpenter thing about a woman getting stalked. Yeah, that's basically the plot. A woman gets stalked. And she does get to stab him in the end, and it was very satisfying. Although, they did kill the lesbian character, so I was not terribly happy about that. Oh yeah, and there was also another one, and I'm like, we watched something else. What was it? It's the way that I don't care about movies. The Invisible Man? No. It may have just been called, like, Someone's Watching Me. So, like, the premise is that the movie opens about, I don't know, I want to say the woman's was name. Wait, it was Elizabeth. A woman named Elizabeth getting a call from a person, and then we smash cut to our quirked up white woman main character who I forget the name of. It wasn't Sophie. Sophie was the lesbian. I don't remember her name. Oh. I promise I was paying attention. But like she's moving into this apartment building, and then she also starts getting weird calls, and you see on like her little dinky ass radio, because it's from the 80s or whatever, that oh my god, Elizabeth died. Oh my goodness, how mysterious. And then she starts getting a bunch of calls and gifts from this stalker guy. And it just kind of keeps devolving until she does the extremely based action of trying to stab him, trying to break into his apartment to stab him, committing crimes to try and get him arrested, although unfortunately in the process, getting some random innocent man arrested because he just coincidentally was happening to set up a telescope at the wrong time. And they never show like, ah, yeah, shit, my bad. But to be fair, I was going to say, to be fair, the cops were incompetent. But then it's like, well, unfortunately incompetent in a highly expected way. And, oh, nothing's happened yet? I'm sorry, you know, my hands are tied. I can't do anything. They were pissing me off. Literally, what did we even watch before then? Why do I not remember? It was something Lovecraft. Oh, yeah. World's dumbest people find out how to make zombies. And I call them the world's dumbest people because how? How are you gonna be so smart you're gonna invent a serum or whatever that can bring people back from the dead after you be cutting their heads off, and you don't use your little tiny thinker to be like, every single time I've used this serum, when the specimen got up, they were really, really aggressive and started attacking me. Yeah, let's just start giving it to a bunch of people. Let's start giving it to this man who hates me. Let's give it to this man's head, decapitated head, and the body. And let me just, like, ignore the body. And I'm supposed to be surprised when something happens? Girl, don't piss me off. The men were pissing me off, as per usual. And yet the woman still had to die in the end, and I was not happy. And her bozo-ass fiance. Bozo-ass fiance. He was pissing me off the most. He was arguably the main character. He was pissing me off because he was helping evil scientist guy. I think his name was Herbert. Funnily enough, in the Stalker movie, the bad guy, the Stalker, was also named Herbert. So something 2 nickels. I don't know, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But I'm like, you're not giving me any indication on why this man would want to help the guy who presumably may have just killed your cat and turned it into a zombie, and you're like, yeah, let me help him break into the morgue in the hospital I work at. And I'm supposed to feel bad for this guy? I hate him. He sucks. And then he tries to bring his girlfriend back from the dead, and then it cuts to credits as she wakes up screaming, and I'm like, don't piss me off. She should get to eat him. And of course, because it's from the 80s, it's got 80s typical 80s-isms, which is to say, sexism. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. I think it was called, like, Reanimated or something. It was ridiculous enough that it got a little funny at points. Like, imagine you get your head cut off, you come back, you're a zombie. You can kind of control your body from a distance. Would you not try and put your head back on your body? That would be my first thought. All right, let's try and patch us back up together. Okay, we can work as a team. Never even a passing thought in the night for these bozos. So he tried to break into the morgue, carrying his head in a fucking duffel bag, putting on a fake model head. And I find it terribly funny. And I'm like, you know what? Makes sense. This guy wouldn't think about that. He's too busy thinking, oh, how do I use my laser drills to lobotomize all my zombies to get them to listen to me? Which, how does that work? No clue. Also, then afterwards, we looked up trivia, and by we, I mean they looked it up and I read it. but yeah, so because it's from the 80s, dare I say, sexual assault was used as a plot point. Something with the decapitated head, you know, not great. But apparently, from how the trivia was written, they made it seem that because that actor had to act in that scene, his wife was not happy about that. Like, left the theater that it was showing, and they got a divorce soon afterwards. Which, I'm so sorry to this dead guy's wife. I'm sorry to this dead guy. Out of context, that's a little funny. It is a little sad though when you watch an older movie and you just have to internally brace yourself, telling yourself that there's probably gonna be some absolute nonsense for no reason. Just because they don't like women or something. I don't know. Couldn't be me. I was gonna say couldn't be John Carpenter, but I don't know. Because surprisingly, the Stalker movie, with the female main character, surprisingly respectful. They did still kill the lesbian, though. But somehow they had a lesbian character with a name. Good for her. Yeah, so anyway, I got like 600 resets done at the time. I don't even remember if I did anything over the weekend. I'll be honest, I've been garden maxing. I've decided, fuck it, I don't care. I want to put things in the ground. Meow. Because it's been long enough. And it looked like it was... There were going to be a couple of lows in like the mid-40s Fahrenheit. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It'll be fine. If my cosmos that I've just like slapped down in a random pot have dealt with the freezing temperatures, these things will be fine. I've been babying them too much. In parentheses, I'm tired of lugging them out every day. I'm weak as hell. It's not easy. I say that, and what was I doing Monday? No joke. I did a lot of just carrying rocks. What's in this bag? Rocks? Yes. Except it wasn't in a bag, because we didn't have any bags that could hold rocks. I was carrying them in my hands. One rock at a time, because I can't lift that many. And I planted some bushes. Well, some, like, cuttings that should hopefully grow into bushes. However, when I was opening them, I'm like, some of these, like, don't seem that great. Some of them seem fine, but some of these seem like, we'll see. I'm like, they were in there for a hot sec, but, like, I didn't just want to plant them when it was cold. It's either they die because they're cold or they die because they're kept in a bag. Pick one. Me when I try and open up these gladioluses from a couple of years ago, and surprise, surprise, they're not in, they're dead. No freaking way! I was sad, though. I wanted to plant them, so I just planted some purple flowers. And then I was gonna plant some of my other cosmos, and I was gonna plant some marigold seeds. I had big old grand plans, but you know what? You know what happened? The grass, the grassy menace, known as grass. I thought, well, since I want to plant them here gesturing to this general space, just this space where I wanted to plant them, let me just clean out this entire bed so that it's not being taken over by clovers and other weeds and vines and grass and grass. And grass. But you know, the problem with grass is that it's in like little itty bitty little sproutlings. You gotta pick that shit out individually. Grass, I hate that guy. I've had to water a field full of them. I say let it die. No, well. I say let it die. That's not nice. That's not nice. But also because it had rained somewhat recently, and also our soil is super clayey, half of the grass was like congealed into the ground because it's fucking wet clay. Ugh. And I had to pick it all out. Pissing me off. Absolutely pissing me off. So by the time that I finished clearing out the bed, I'm like, I'm so tired. My back hurts. I need to sit down. Cows need the grass, so not an option. Yeah, see, I figure if you're on a farm, we're not talking about the same type of grass. We're not talking about suburban devil grass. How else do I describe it other than I hate lawns? I hate lawns. I hate grass in lawns. It sucks. But natural grasses, this is not who my qualm is with. My qualm is with capitalism and suburbia. The only good thing about having short grass is that I like the way that it smells. I like grass cut smell. Yeah, I cleared out the bed, so maybe I'll plant that tomorrow. Also, it was really hot today, so that didn't help. At least the bugs were generally nice enough to somewhat leave me alone. I only got like 1 or 2 mosquito bites instead of like 20. Huge. Also, I'm gonna sneeze, I think. Rural devil grass. Big difference. I was gonna say like turf, but I don't know if that's correct. But just like the really, really, well, it's short because you have to cut it, because otherwise the fun police will force you to cut it. But yeah. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna sneeze anymore, but help! I was doing fine all day. Me when I'm actually dealing with plants and I'm fine, but me when I'm inside doing nothing. It's just 10 p.m. Oh god. I have to like wipe my eyes. I'm crying. Why? What happened? I am so sorry. I am so sniffle. Oh yeah, also, title, double over odds. We're not gonna hit double over odds tonight. That's like 16,000. If I remember the exact number, and I like adjust my glasses. I don't wear glasses. 16,384. I think. So we're not going to get it, but we're going to get close. Also found out the local ground birds like our property had to set up a few cones, things that cars won't like near their nest. No! I fucking hate cars. I despise cars. I was going to say almost as much as I despise grass. But you know what? The grass didn't do anything wrong. Cars are evil. Cars have a soul, and their soul is evil. It's full of malice. Those poor birds. Wait, what kind of ground birds? Because for some reason, the only thing I could think of is like roadrunners. But in my brain, roadrunners live in the desert, but that is 100% only because of Looney Tunes. But Roadrunner was always my favorite, so I like that little guy. Ugh. Killdeer? Oh, wait, no, I do know those ones. Yeah. I wish we lived where... I don't remember what their full name is, but it has cock in it. the cock birds. No, but the ones that are really kind of stout, they're brown, and they schmoove. They got really long beaks, and they schmoove. They do a little dancey dance when they walk. I wish we had those around. They might just be like woodcock. That's probably what it is. I love those little guys. But we got cool birds. We got like cardinals. We have robins. I like robins. We have mourning doves. Mourning doves might be one of my favorite birds, if only because I think their cry is very silly. Their cry, like it's a Pokemon. Their bird sound. Whatever, you get it. We get some sort of bluebird around here. We might get blue jays, but I don't think it's as common as another bluebird, but I don't know what the bluebird is. And then just like little sparrows or whatever. I hecking love birds, but I don't know much about them. Other than like crows were nearby yesterday or like a couple days ago after it rained. And it's like, oh, well, they probably are enjoying the worms. Good for them, I suppose. I am enjoying the lack of shiny Eevee. Is it bad that I kind of want to hit double over odds? See, I do, because I think it would be fun. I want to see the number go up. But I don't, because I feel very impatient about this now, and I want to get it, which means that I'll probably hit it tomorrow. Off stream. Oops. My bad. Oh my goodness, my encounters per hour is at 179.79. Huge. But at the same time, I would really, really like to play the game. I would like to hunt something else. I look at the date and I go, oh my god. Oh yeah, wait, and I'm also like not gonna be here for most of next week. I totally forgot about that. I'm not gonna be here for Thursday or Friday. So depending how I feel, it'll either be you'll get rare Monday stream, or more likely you won't. And I just won't be here. And it's like, wow. So you're saying I have May and I have June to get this Eevee, which you can see how it's treating me, to get Growlithe, which could also be mean to me, and then get Nidoran, which will most certainly be mean to me. Yikers. It's feeling a little far-fetched that that's going to happen now. How the hell has Eevee taken me over a month? If I just locked in, I could have gotten it. If I just locked in and gave myself carpal tunnel syndrome, what's wrong with me? Am I stupid? Am I even gonna feel decent enough after I get surgery to even do things, or am I just gonna want to sleep all week? Great question. Oh yeah, I figured out when because I've only had anesthesia once in my entire life. Well, sleepy anesthesia. And it was when I broke my arm, because apparently they gave me anesthesia enough to knock me out for like 2 minutes while they set my arm that had broken. So that's why I don't remember the context for it, because it barely happened. Maybe I should have had the sleepy anesthesia for my wisdom teeth, if only so I would know how I would react. And so I wouldn't worry about it. I was gonna say, so it wouldn't be haunting my dreams, but that's a lie. That's not even a lie. I have had one single dream about having surgery recently. I don't remember what it was about. I've had so many dreams lately. I've had like 3. Well, I don't actually know if I had 2 last night or if it was just 1, because in my brain, all of my dreams are like set pieces. So if there's one set piece that transitions into another set piece, that's a different dream. So I don't actually know. But also the one was weird, because usually when I have them, I'm able to be like, okay, it's this set piece. We're in this set piece. But this one deviated a little, so I'm like, all right, what the hell's going on? This is a little weird. And I didn't even get to go on the big slide. What the fuck? They cut me off. I woke up. I woke up in a panic because I overslept. Ah, help. Eevee. Please. Okay, sinus is feeling a little better. I'm so glad that I'm not, like, allergic to everything anymore. That's a bit of an exaggeration. But I used to be allergic to so much shit when I was younger. And now it just feels like I have normal allergies. At least I can eat apricots again. It really sucked how my grandparents would always have, like, apricot juice, and I couldn't have it even though I really liked it because it gave me crazy style hives. But then again, so did the entire season of autumn. And some of the season of spring. And I also had asthma. What was going on with me as a kid? And we never even found out what I was allergic to. It just fucking happened and then it stopped. So I joked that I was just a very sensitive soul. I'm sensitive to the changing of the seasons. That's what it feels like right now. There's the sneeze. I found it. Oh yeah, also, back to Eevee. The entire autumn. See, that's... I say that because I have no idea what I was allergic to that caused it, but, like, when I was a kid and it started turning into autumn, I would get these crazy style hives for, like, the whole season. Well, it was the worst at the start of the season, like in August, September. But, like, yeah. It sucked. Go figure that they never figured out why. Oh yeah, I even remember, oh my god, scrounging up my memory. I think they gave me one of those, like, allergy tests where they have to, like, put a bunch of, like, pins in your back or whatever. I don't know what it does, but you get a lot of pricks in your back. I think they did that to me. Thank goodness I'm not allergic to apricots anymore, though. So whenever I have to fill out like, oh, what are you allergic to? Are you allergic to latex? It's like, I think I'm allergic to one medicine that I've literally, like, never even heard of. And oh, what was your reaction to it? I don't fucking know. I was probably like 8. And it's just, it's one of those instances where it never comes up. So it's like, oh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, clearly it wasn't that bad. I'm still kicking. Worst time to figure out that you're allergic to latex. Should I just, like, take a Claritin? Sniffy. The human body works in mysterious ways. It does! I don't even remember why I needed to, like, use a nebulizer. Why did I need that? I've brought it up a few times, but like a thing that you would have over your nose and mouth, and it would have, like, medicine, and you would have, like, a machine, and it went, and I don't know exactly what it did, but it made the medicine breathable, and I would just, like, have to sit there for, it felt like fucking forever, but it was probably like 10 or 15 minutes, just, like, breathing in the medicine. Why did I need that? What was that for? I used to have asthma. And now I'm just kind of chilling. Now I just have critical style transgenderism. Oh yeah, wait. I did my injection wrong. Slay. Benefits of doing intramuscular injections. It's chill if you have an air bubble. Because it's not like shooting in, it's not like injecting into a vein where air bubbles can be bad. I mean, like, you shouldn't have a big air, like a huge air bubble, but like it's generally fine. But I forgot to do the thing where you push the plunger up, or like you fill the thing with extra air and then you switch the needles and then you push out the air. I forgot. Oops. Yeah, so then my blood was a little excited to exit my body, and it was a little spooky. I'm fine, by the way. It was not serious. That's why I shouldn't be trusted to do that kind of shit. I'm gonna forget all the steps. I already forget to tap the needle to, like, get the air bubbles to rise out. It's not my fault I want to get it over with. Oh yeah, wait. Did I even say the thing? Back to Eevee. If I do get the shiny Eevee, I'm sorry to the gay Bowser believers. I have a name that I want to name it. I'm sorry. All of your names will be rejected henceforth. But if you want to ignore me and call it whatever you want, go nuts, go crazy. Of course, that assumes that I will get it, but of course, as we all know, I'm going to get the shiny Eevee tonight because I'm going to get it. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, I also finished reading all of Witch Hat Atelier. I think I've come to the conclusion that it is pronounced Atelier. Incredibly peak. I hate how my vocabulary is smollened. But it's the easiest way to compact. You know what, it didn't help that under every single chapter there were a bunch of comments, and so many of them were gifs of I show speed. I think that's the guy, yeah. Which just gives me a little bit of insight into the age demographic of these people. Sorry. But at least the comments got less annoying over time. I shouldn't have been reading them at all, but I think it's a little interesting. They're hashtag under my microscope. But just seeing people cursing out children for being annoying. Y'all are weird. Especially when I feel like y'all are also teenagers. Am I incorrect in saying that I feel like a lot of I Show Speed's fan base are teenagers? I play all the Atelier games, parentheses, do not do this. I'm pretty sure this is different. What even are the Atelier games? All I know is Ryza. Did the person who designed the Xenoblade characters also design for the Atelier series? Yeah, all I know about them is Ryza, because anime figure people are like, oh my god, her thighs are so thick. And they're just like, kinda big. They're not that thick. She looked like a normal sized girl to me. I mean, all bodies are normal, of course. But like this looks like an averagely sized girl. I don't know. She just needs to get bigger socks. Anyway, this one's different. They go to magic school, except it's not... Except it's actually good, and there's gay people. Maybe not for the older titles. Okay, so for some of them, maybe. But yeah, so, like, I've known about Witch Hat Atelier for a couple of years because I see people posting of it, and I'm like, oh, that looks interesting, and then I just forget about it. And on one hand, I'm like, yo, fuck me for not reading this sooner, but at the same time, what the fuck do you mean it releases monthly? Oh, I've made a terrible mistake because I got really into it. I was like staying up until 1 a.m. to read it. And now I'm at the end, and I'm like, fuck you mean I gotta wait a month for every subsequent chapter, not even taking into account like breaks, hiatuses. Oh! Help! Help! I'm screwed. It's pretty fun if you can... Sorry. But pretty fun if you can get a handle on the do X by this date gameplay. What does this mean? Are you just, like, given a bunch of tasks? Like an in-game deadline system? Yeah, for all of like the art and the figures that I've seen of that series, I don't know a single thing about it, which might speak to the quality of the games themselves, but I don't know. Anyway, is it bad that my like standards are in hell? That when I see that when I see people of color in manga and they actually look like the artist referenced real people, I'm like, oh, I'm like shocked. When I see a gay person, I'm shocked. Why am I shocked? I was shocked though. Oh my god, gay people. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Imagine waiting 20 years for a single game of Mahjong to end. Huh? How do you even play Mahjong? I thought Mahjong was like you stack tiles of similar patterns onto each other, but in Infinity Nikki, there's a Mahjong video game that's not that. A video game. Why did I say that? There's a mini game. That's what I meant to say. And I did not understand how it worked. I just kept clicking random shit. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this kind of sucks. And they explain it very poorly. So this just all feels very opaque. And there are like 3 sets of symbols, but there's also 4 sets of symbols. What's going on? I don't get it. Ugh. It seems interesting to play though, but also I fear that I'm simply not board game pilled. I'll play a board game. I ain't board game pilled. I'm not gonna go out of my way. I know it's not like in my brain it's a board game. Richi Mahjong is about building a hand and waiting for your opponent to pull the final tile you need for your hand to declare your hand. Okay, that might be the one in Nikki. But I'm like, how I don't understand how to build my hand. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. And then it would just give me prompts to like call different things, and I'm like, sure, why not? Are card games board games? Are they card games? So maybe Mahjong is a card game. Eevee, I need you to put me out of my goddamn misery already. What do I read now? What do I read to fill the pit in my soul? I keep reading these chapters, and every single time something bad happens, and I'm like, oh no. Help! These poor little children cannot know a moment of peace. Leave my babies alone. Leave my babies and their gay dads alone! Rah! This is why I don't like getting into series that aren't finished. Something Deltarune. Oh my god, when do we think Deltarune is gonna release this year? I hope it's in October. It's December 30th and Deltarune Chapter 5 still hasn't dropped. And we're all waiting with bated breath. All right. Enough fun and games. Where is it? Is it I was going to say, is it weird to think, hey, Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 came out almost a year ago. Yeah, that is extremely weird to think about. Suffering builds character ad infinitum. Help! If suffering builds character, then Then why does the suffering almost prevent character growth? But no, the character growth happens regardless. Ugh, my agony. My agony. But me when the character arc is about maintaining your fun and your whimsy. Absolute peak. February 30th, aka never. It said it was coming out in 2025. Therefore, me thinks it'll come out this year. Also, I feel like sometime recently-ish, I saw something about like, oh yeah, we're in like the final testing phase or whatever. Like it's mostly done. So I go, yippee! Wahoo! I need Deltarune Chapter 5. I freaking love Deltarune. I'll replay Undertale eventually. It's so strange to think about how short of a game Undertale is. And how influential. Maybe that adds to it. So you can, it's easy to see all of the routes within a somewhat condensed period of time. Because it's so short. What are we nicing? I need to know how Deltarune is gonna end. I need to see the vision. I still think it would be an absolute nightmare scenario to come up with a trial project to see if you're able to do the thing that you actually want to do. And it just completely blows up more than you can ever imagine it. Unthinkable levels of popularity. Your game gets handed to the Pope. Do we remember that? I remember that. That was maybe the funniest thing Matt Pat's ever done. The second... wait, he didn't even do this, but you know Hello Neighbor? And like those series of tweets, it's like, oh, we think at MattPat GT or whatever would like to hear about this. I wonder what game theory would think about our additions. Girl, you gotta let it go. There's like 5 Hello Neighbor games. What the hell are they who's buying this? Do people care? Hello Neighbor is so funny. It's so funny because it's so bad. What were they thinking? What were they thinking in that I need to like split open your cranium like I'm, I don't know, like I'm splitting open a coconut. Or like I'm peeling a chestnut. I'm peeling open a lychee. What are you thinking? Something nickel if every time I see someone tear the head skin off of a skull within the past couple weeks. Fictionally. But it's who fictionally in movies, like in zombie movies, they come up with some weird shit. They did almost put that baby in that blender. What was I even gonna say? Freshly peeled, yummy. Oh yeah, it's the fact that they had a decent game, or like a game that people were like decently interested in, and being like, wow, I wonder how it's gonna develop, and then it just stays in development hell for like ever. And every single time there's updates, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. It's like they don't even take into account what people wanted. And then they wanted to be like mascot horror. And it just did not work, and they bit off way more than they can chew, and their game is fucking malware. and it doesn't open. Just like how the Flash put that baby in the micro... What? Pardon? I'm learning some weird things about superheroes today, all right? I learned that Daredevil is Catholic? Hello? Wait, is that the one who's blind? Or am I thinking of someone else? I fear that I do not know much superhero lore. I apologize. Speaking of superheroes, it is so weird seeing how popular Invincible has become. It's so strange. Strange in the sense of I've only seen season 1. But watching season 1 when it felt relatively contained and seeing how it's just absolutely fucking exploded with brain rot. I'm like, why did this happen? Was there a mass migration of Jujutsu Kaisen fans? What? You didn't see the Flash movie a few summers ago, and yes, Daredevil is a blind Catholic. He's a lawyer? Hello? Okay, and no, I didn't. Industry plant superhero. I like don't really see movies at all, and especially not superhero movies. Generally, I just don't have much interest in them. Just like Art the Clown, who? You're just making shit up. Mass migration of Jujutsu Kaisen. That's another thing I wanted to say. All of these children in the comments comparing Kifri to Gojo, and I'm like, can we not? The white-haired twink has existed for much longer than Gojo. Stop comparing everyone to this sauceless motherfucker, please. They will never reach the peaks of Kaoru, though. Kaoru, in my heart, is the original gay white-haired twink. And dare I say, he's my favorite. I watch way too many movies. That's not a bad thing. It's just I watch very few movies. And I think over time I've been able to articulate it more. It's just... But at the same time, not, because movies are their own complete package, yes? But then so is, like, a finished show, a finished series of novels, a finished comic, finished game, whatever. How is it that when I watch a movie, I'm like, oh, I finished watching the movie, that's it. And I, like, don't think about it. Well, I might think about it if I, like, really like it, but I'm not going to be like, I want to see more. Meanwhile, with like a show or a game, it's like, oh, I want to see like art of the characters. I want to see what people are writing about them. I want to see extracurricular content. Why do I never do that with movies, specifically movies? That's why I couldn't tell you what my favorite movie is. It's because I genuinely don't have one. Dumb kids wouldn't know Kira from Hunter x Hunter. Killua? Like, who's Kira? I've read that. It's been a while since I've read it. You know what? That's okay, because it sucks. I'm like, all right, there's Kurapika, but that's the blonde one. Killua's the white-haired one with the electricity, yeah? I know a little bit. I say I know a little bit. I literally read all of it. Why did I do that to myself? See, yeah, if you told me about movie industry plants, all I know is about that like Claude guy from a Disney thing. I don't even know what it's from. I only know it because everyone calls it an industry plant. And it's like a thing of dirt. I remember that much. Okay. Wait, I remember. There's a trans girl in Hunter x Hunter, so it can't all be bad. I was more of a Naruto kid anyway. Oh my god, same. Except I never even finished it. I had so much patience as a kid. I mean, obviously, because I watched, and to be clear, I would generally not skip the recaps. I watched the One Piece anime just like straight to Dressrosa. How many episodes is that? That's at least 500. I had the patience for that. I didn't finish Naruto. Why? That's so weird. I stopped watching, I don't remember what arc it is. Like, I don't remember. It was somewhere near Shippuden, or it was in Shippuden. It was after Sasori. It might have been a little after, like, the guy who draws, like, paints or whatever. It might have been a little after that guy's introduction. I don't know. So I guess none of the big 3/4, depending if you want to include Fairy Tail, ever, like, super got their talons into me. One Piece would be the most, but you can tell where that went. Although I watched a fair bit of Fairy Tail, and I don't remember why I stopped watching that either. I think that show would piss me off today, though, so I doubt I would be able to finish it. Because the characters were pissing me off then. Yeah, that was so strange seeing that it was ending. Yeah, no clue where I stopped with that. And then I, like, never really got into Bleach. Well, I watched a tiny bit of it, but I don't remember, like, anything from it. I just remember having a friend who liked it, but I'm not even sure if she liked Bleach or if she just, like, really, really, really liked Ichigo, which, to be fair, absolutely valid. I understand. Do I get it? Not specifically with Ichigo, but I understand the concept. Sometimes a character from a mid-ass piece of media just gets their little talons in your brain they refuse to let go. Help! I'm way too into mid. It's okay, because that person is me. Just kidding, because everything that I like is objectively good and is the best ever. I need a new thing to read. But wow, I've read two whole manga this year. I read all of Chainsaw Man Part 2 and Witch Hat Atelier. Right? It's a shame that they're stuck there. That's why you yourself can take creative liberties and free them from their shackles. But at the same time, there is nothing more satisfying than an S-tier character being in an absolutely excellent piece of media. You're just hitting it out of the park over and over again. Oh, I'm spoiled. Thank you. I'm scared now. When's it all gonna go up in flames? Never trust a series until it's done. But you know what? You know what? That's not even true. Because if you put your time and your energy into something and it means something to you and you connect with it, even if it goes in a direction that you don't like, that bit that you still connected with is still valuable. Yes? All right. Oh yeah, I didn't comment, but we got to 700. Reading Akagi was fun to read since I didn't have to wait 20 years for the final game. I would cry. Just kidding, me waiting for season 2 Land of the Lustrous. That's what I should read. Never mind. See, I don't have an interest in Mahjong, but I'll give most things a shot. And I'm gonna look at it and be like, oh, that. This is all an Azur Lane character. Help! It's all an Azur. Oh, wait, no, I do know this one. Yeah, I'd recognize that art style anywhere. I say I'd give most things a shot. But if it's... I don't want to say harem slop. I don't want to say harem slop. But, like, if I said it, would you understand what I meant? I don't want to see a bunch of colorful, interesting women fawning over this bozo of a man. All of them doing... No, I'm okay. I'm good. Scans of Akagi went from paperback to the magazines, huh? Pointy nose protagonist, my beloved. I'm like, ooh, those sharp ass features. I'd recognize you. You know what? Good for them, though. Is this a Nuzlocke? No. I'm shiny hunting for funsies. I just want to have a cool team. But hello. I sure hope this wouldn't be a Nuzlocke, otherwise my shiny Pidgeot would be dead. Yeah, I'm shiny hunting Eevee so I can evolve it into Flareon because I like Flareon and I think it's cute. I was about to ask a stupid question. But you know what? I'll say what it was anyways. Because the whole thing about Nuzlocke is that you don't get to choose what you have, yeah? So I would assume that for gifts, you wouldn't reset for an optimal nature. But also, Nuzlocke are self-imposed, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. Who cares? Oh, it's gonna take a long time. Oh, don't worry. It already has. I'm not sure if you can see the number on the screen, but I've done close to 16,000 encounters. It's taken over 80 hours so far. But that's okay, because I'll just get it tonight. And then we don't have to worry about it, and I can do it again. Yeah, this Eevee, you went to 16,000 resets for, died to poison, straight to the dumpster. No! See, even when I did a couple of Nuzlocks, I would never release the Pokemon. I would just have them in a separate box as like a time capsule, because I would forget what I had otherwise. Oops. Surely, see, it'll happen tonight. It'll happen tonight. I won't go to double over odds. The Eevee doesn't like me, though. Eevee hates me. Even though I have a beautiful, lovely name that I would love to bestow to it. Once I get it, and then we walk all the way to Lavender Town because I don't have the fly TM. HM, whatever. You think I should have thought about that, huh? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think about it because I thought that fly was like later in the game. I think it's after. I think you just need to beat Surge. See, I thought it was after Sabrina, and I have no idea why I thought that. But wait, since we're in Celadon, we have the T, so it won't be that bad. The walk back won't be that bad. We won't have to rock tunnel again. Help! Get me out! Where is Flash? I love cheating. I love looking up maps on the internet. That was terrible, though. My beloved Eevee stale bread. Okay, that kind of cooks, though. I would name an Eevee stale bread. But you know what? I would more likely to name it bread pudding If only because you use stale bread to make bread pudding, and we just made bread pudding, so it's on the mind. Because I love bread pudding, and if you don't, I'm sorry you have bad taste. Also, palindrome number. Fuck. I have a shiny Meowth and a Nuzlocke, and he died of Rattata while I was leveling him without having time to evolve. No! That's so heartbreaking. I'm so sorry. See, that's why I would be like, I never want to release it. I ain't releasing a full odds. I love Meowth. I also like shiny Meowth. Unfortunately, Persians is kind of not great in my opinion. But I'm also biased because I have a shiny Meowth that got me a couple of Earthquake TMs in Gen 4. So, shout out to Embezzlement. That's what her name is. Then the Flareon can be called Toasty. Oh my, that is a cute name. But no, I have a name. I have a name for it. Y'all are gonna be so disappointing. It's not an exciting name, but I want to name it this. Okay, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. Oh yeah, like why my Pidgeot's name Wingdings? I couldn't tell you. It just is. I thought it would be silly. Yeah, it was sad. I didn't really like him anyways. No. Don't worry, Meowth. I love you. I love you, Meowth. Meowth is so cute. And you know what? Good for Meowth. All of its regional forms are also cute. If you say any of them are your favorite Meowths, you'd be correct. Although, I think Meowth's sprites look cuter than its models because they make the slit of its eyes so narrow. So it looks a little spookier, but it's fine. I just don't like it, like the Galarian one evolves into Berserker. I don't care for Berserker. Alolan Persian is funny, though, so it gets a pass. Why they make it so silly? No, they'll get... Persian, you're getting too silly with it. They'll hate you. They'll hate you for it. It's called Wingdings because the only good flying move it'll have is fly. Truth nuke, unfortunately. Actually, it has wing attack. He has wing attack. Anyways. It will have fly, though. See, you can't even say that, though, because this is Generation 3, so movesets are still gonna be kind of shit. Unfortunately, Pokemon movesets are shit until Gen 4, where they get slightly unshittified, and then they get slightly more unshittified in Gen 5, and slightly more unshittified in Gen 6. Gen 7 and 8 is where they really start getting good. Add a strong Raticate, which I plan to change to Snorlax, so Meowth had no place on my team. Meowth had the place of being really cute, and of having pickup. True. But I suppose if you're doing a Nuzlocke, which allows you to switch out team members as you acquire them, then yeah, you would probably want something a little sturdier on your team. I don't remember how I ever did Nuzlocks in the past. I only remember the one singular wedlock that I did. If I ever did one of those again, they would all have to be gay. I'm sorry. No more straight Pokemon. As we've established, all Pokemon are gay. Yes, of course we agree. The Meowth is on a farm upstate. No! What did poor Meowth do to deserve this? Unlucky crit. L+ ratio. Me when my silly little goober self decides that my Weavile would be really, really good against Cynthia, and then it just gets absolutely fucking blasted into oblivion. True. An Arcanine with Flamethrower that it only gets if it doesn't evolve until level 47. Shitty movesets. Okay. But that one is a little bit of an exception because Stone evolutions are always weird with moves until like Gen 8. So that one makes sense to me because that was supposed to be their whole gimmick, is that you keep it in the baby form until it gets the moves that you want, because then it'll usually stop getting most moves. But yeah, it's not great. I mean, just get a TM. Hee hee. Silly. Oh, what do you mean? There's only one. I don't even know where flamethrower is in this game. At least with the evolutions, they get moves because Eevee's a normal type, and I figured, well, we don't want people to brick their Eevees by evolving them. And then they don't get any stab. I mean, Flareon's shit regardless, but I don't care. It's funny. And it's cute. I'll have another fire type. If I had a nickel for every yellow, fluffy fire type I would have on my team, I'm gonna have 2. Which is a total coincidence. I just like them. Interesting how they're both the same, or the shinies are both the same color. Is it because the originals are kind of the same color? Yeah, actually, that is 100% the reason. It would have been so swag if shiny Rhydon were a slightly different color. Whatever. I will be Rhydon's #1 defender. I gave myself a headache from swaying to side a little too much. Help. Wait. I was gonna say, is this an anemia moment? I think I took my iron today. I think. Casino. Oh dear. I spent 8 hours getting Ice Beam and Flamethrower for my Tentacruel and Arcanine. I am so sorry. Yeah, at that point, I don't know if you're imposing level limits on yourself, but at that point, I would Amulet Coin versus Seeker. My ass is not handling that. I'm already gonna have to do that in this because I need to get a lot of repels to make the encounters that I want to get more likely. But yikes. I can't say I'm looking forward to it. Oh yeah, wait, me complaining shiny Wartortle is super ugly? You'll never guess what shiny I got in Pokemon Sleep. It wasn't even a Squirtle, it was a Wartortle, grrr. I was laughing. And I'm using it. I actually need something that can get milk. Then I lost the lead for no! That sucks. Yeah, that's one reason why I'm also a little repelled from doing Nuzlocke. I don't want to put in all that time and effort and then just lose. And then I gotta train up a whole new team. Unless you're doing the thing where it's like, if you team wipe, you're done. I'm like, that seems like too much work. Girl, I'm good. Ignore how much time I've put into the singular hunt, alright? Ignore that. It's different. 99% of trainers quit before they hit the jackpot. Don't gamble for coins. Buy the coins. Buying the coins is better value. If I had to gamble for all the coins that I would need to get, like, I don't know, Porygon or something, girl. And I'm playing Fire Red. That shit would take forever. You need max coins in this game. Why is Porygon so much cheaper in Leaf Green? I don't get it. At least the better Pokemon, Dratini, is cheaper in this game. True. Porygon is so cool, though. But I like Porygon Z the most. And Porygon Z isn't in this game. You just have 2. But its evolution... Its evolution is so funny. You just get this big... I was gonna call it polygonal. Is that a word? Polygonous duck thing. And then it literally gets an upgrade. It smooths out because we have more access to polygons. And then you infect it with a fucking virus. Why would you do that? Help. Poor little guy. What did it do to deserve this? I'm resetting a little fast, huh? All right. But after Land of the Lustrous, what am I reading? Surely I have an ancient to be read list. But it wouldn't include anything modern. You know what? That doesn't even fucking matter. Nobody talks about... there's like 3 things that people talk about. People talk about JJK, people talk about Free Run. What else do people talk about? I don't know. One Piece. Obviously, of course. I'm not reading One Piece. You can't make me. Pokemon mangas? Wait, you might be cooking. I need to see how/why they make Lance so evil. But there's... Hashtag my rage bait deployed. But there's straight people in the Ruby Sapphire one. No, that's mean. Sorry, I need to... Is it the spin? Ah. This is the essence of Nuzlocke. You have to purr and spin to make the most of your situation. It's just like real life. You can lose everything, and it's definitely not for those who cherish their Pokemon. Me! Okay, but you could argue that it is, because since they have the threat of being lost, you get more attached to them, which is why I like them. I like them for the storytelling elements. I didn't like them for the gameplay elements. Which is why I got so attached to that one Staraptor. My Staraptor Topaz! I love them! That's why I like the not actual rule, but the hidden rule of you gotta nickname everything. Because you get more attached to them if you nickname them. But I like nicknaming things regardless, so... It was always gonna happen. But unfortunately, because I nickname everything, things end up with some shitty nicknames. Some real stinkers. But then you get the absolute gem. you get the incredible names, like naming my mousehold Gay Mice. I was real creative with that one. I named my cloth Klofka. Peak. Absolute peak. In fact, I named the Pokemon after the people from the forum I was hanging on. That's so cute. But I would feel extra bad if, like, my friend Pokemon died. Yeah, for the one wedlock that I did, one singular, the only one that I remember. Ew, capitalistic. That was a bot that I got banned. Or that got banned. I had a theme. That's why they're all named after gemstones. And also coral, which isn't a gemstone. Coral is... Is coral an animal? It's not a plant, is it? It's alive. I included coral because I said so. It felt like a good name for a gastrodon, and it was. Alright, are we team pink gastrodon or team blue gastrodon? And if you're team blue gastrodon, why are you wrong? Why do they only include blue gastrodon in Swish? SMH my head. It often happened. I also played without a starter, which meant that a lot of my people died. No! Why no starter? No starter? No bitches. Yeah, that... Oh, yeah, wait. Was this in Fire Red Leaf Green? I'm assuming so. Yeah, you get a... There's a lot of stinkers early on. Blue Gastrodon, why are you wrong? Pink Gastrodon team for the win. I'll be completely honest. I only like the pink Gastrodon so much because in the Sinnoh games, it's the first one that you encounter. If the blue one was the first one that you saw, I would probably like the blue one more. I like that the blue one... Wait, does the blue one even have horns or is it just shallows? I don't remember. I like that the blue Shellos has horns. Which one does Cynthia use? I think she uses the pink one. That's only in Diamond and Pearl. I think. Because in Platinum, she has a Togekiss. Oh, it's very easy with the starter. Bulbasaur demolishes the first 3 gyms like a freight train. See, that's fair, but I don't know if you were playing with, like, level limits or items. See, because there's so many ways to do a Nuzlocke if you want to do it for, like, maximum challenge. But yeah, fair enough. Then you just, you make it a gamble. I liked when people would gamble their starters because, yeah, why would you not just pick the best one every time? So you make it based on, like, your trainer ID or something. Is it bad to say that I was glad when my Prinplup died? In that one Nuzlocke. I'm so sorry to the Piplup line. I want to like them so bad. I just don't care. I don't care about them. No amount of anime will ever make me care for that little thing. It is a nothing to me. In the generation with 2 bangers, you got Chimchar, you got Turtwig, and then you got I was gonna call it Little Shit. No. You got Little Nobody. I'm sorry, Piplup. Oh, I thought I claimed it. Eevee. Eevee, you want to be shiny so badly. It wants to be shiny so badly. So that I can start farming money. So we can start looking for Growlithe. And then we can go back to Route 3? Route 3? And we can look for Nidoran again. When I should be going to the Safari Zone, but I don't want to. Yet. That's a lie. I really want to go to the Safari Zone. The Safari Zone is calling my name. I want to see it. But I also want to fish in the Safari Zone, you know? I don't even know why. I just think it would be cool to see Dratini. I like that little guy. I spent way too long lovingly copying someone's pixel art of Dragonair into my Pokewalker character in Tomodachi Life for me to not like that guy. And it's so funny because the whole reason why I put that Dratini, now Dragonair, into the Pokewalker was to easily level it up. I never take it out of there. It's like level 30. She's level 33. If I took her out more often, she could have probably evolved into Dragonite. But at this point, do I even want to evolve her? I don't know. This is Angel, my Dragonair, in my Pokewalker. I fear that Shiny Dragonite is simply... I had no level limit, or... I had a... I'm sorry, I can't glean what this is trying to say. Level limit to the maximum Pokemon level at Gym Leader. Therefore, my start was very limited if I didn't have Mankey. I didn't pass the first gym. See, that just feels bad, though. Then there are a lot of places where you can find Pokemon against Misty, mostly Bellsprout. Okay, so like Leaf Green? Sir, don't mind me, but what if this, no, it's okay, I'll give you one more. This one can also be your claim. It's okay, it'll be the next one, it's okay. But also, hi! But was my accidentally right, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. See, usually if y'all typo, I'll try and glean what you try and say, because it's okay. I also typo. But sometimes I will ask you to clarify. And it's okay. My ass also can't type. which is why I speak. But I also can't necessarily articulate on the spot either, because believe it or not, it's actually really hard to come up with things to say off the dome for like 3 hours. Yep. But that's okay. You know what would make the conversation a lot easier to have is if I got the shiny Eevee and then we could all go, wow, oh my god, they got they got the Eevee, oh my god. It only took like 90 hours. That's crazy. You don't want to see the playtime on this file. You're gonna be disappointed. By the way, what's the Firebird that's been on the top left of the stream? Okay, so that is a boss from Kirby Squeak Squad. I call it Fire Owl. I think its name is like Bobo. And it's there because A, I think it's funny. B, a couple streams ago we were talking about it and I mentioned that fuck-ass bird with that devious-ass grin from Kirby Squeak Squad. Because that band, that red band on its chest, tell me that doesn't look like its mouth. It's not hitting you with a devious grin. And that is how I see that bird. Consistently how I see that bird. And I have this sprite specifically on the screen because it kind of looks like it's poised to snatch up Eevee. Or you could say it's poised to snatch me up. It's gonna get me. Help. Now you've ruined it for me. It was normal before, but now it's not. Don't worry. In every other sprite where the beak is closed, it's like kind of impossible to see the beak as anything other than a nose. In the other sprites, it's more clear. It's such a stupid sprite. It's so silly. Do I need to find a closed beak sprite? Oh, this might have also been one of the only transparent ones that I could find. And my ass was not doing that work. I didn't even know it had a name until recently. I thought it was just Fire Owl because yeah, that is what it is. The robot snail boss in the world before that, I think. It's in World 4. Also has a name. I didn't know. I thought it was robot snail. You'll never guess what it looks like. Wait, actually, oh my god, it's like a crab. Because it has claws. Help! Why did I think it was a snail? Anyway, that game is peak. Everyone play Kirby Squeak Squad. I will take no slander on that game. Why does everyone hate it? It has cute characters. And cute powers. And you get to dye Kirby different colors. And you get to upgrade powers if you get the collectibles. That's cool. They make Beam look uglier, though, which I don't like. And also, Beam kind of sucks in that game. It doesn't have any of the fancy moves. It's literally just you do the beam in front of you. And that's it. Don't the different colored Kirbys have names? Maybe? See, I thought how it was, because in Squeak Squad, it's literally like you get like paint, and it sprays it onto Kirby. And, like, the paints have names, like, there's, like, Shadow, there's one Cherry, there's, like, a Snow one. Maybe in another game, it's, like, they're different Kirbys. But in this, I interpret it as you just, like, dip them in a can of paint. You shake them up a little. Just like we're gonna do to this Eevee, we're gonna drop it into a can of white paint. Of gray paint, even. Actually, yeah, the scruff doesn't really change color. Like, it's a little desaturated. It's mostly the brown fur. But we do that. They do both change color. Yellow Kirby is Kiwi, and I think that's the only one that matters. That's awesome, actually. Where is Kiwi? Where does Kiwi come from? I don't know if a Kiwi. Kiwi! That sounds like something I would call a kitty. Like, instead of saying kitty, you'd say Kiwi. Little Kiwi. Like, instead of saying Daisy, in reference to my dog, I'll call her Daddy. That's the same. What an excellent little dog. Oh my god. So we have, not inside, but outside, underneath a fire pit, we have a couple of mice that have made nests there. So of course, you know, you try and chase them out because you don't want to put them in a fucking oven. Have them burning alive. God, I hope not. And so they ran out, you know, start a fire. But for, like, the entire time, Daisy was standing at alert trying to spot the mice. The entire time. Like, girl, it's okay. We're gonna be okay. You don't have to worry about it. The brown one is Burger. Where is this from? I love Burger. But I fear that I would also eat Burger. Call me American, the way that a burger sound really tasty right now, actually. I'm just looking on the ew, fandom.com. But, like, does it not specify where they originate? Yeah, I wouldn't trust fandom.com. It's very easy to post misinformation. Alright, I will look up Kiwi Kirby. Where is Kiwi? Wick Kirby. Kirby's Dream Course. Is that the golf one? Latest appearances in Kirby's Dream Buffet, which is in 2022, and I have no idea what that is. Appears in Robobot as a sticker. He initially wasn't named as such, as Kiwi, in quotations, was originally an internal nickname given by the developers of the game to an otherwise unnamed yellow Kirby. Kiwi was properly named in a game for the first time in Kirby's Dream Buffet. This is from the wickkirby.com website on Kiwi. What is Kirby's Dream Buffet? This sounds like a mobile game. Oh, it's on Switch. Is this a real game? Oh, it's a small action racing spin-off game. Oh, okay. No wonder I've not heard of it. Isn't it interesting how you've not heard a singular thing about Kirby Air Riders since it came out? That's really interesting. Why is that? And by you, I do mean me. But I also probably mean you. Because I feel like I've also seen no content about that game. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it mid? I don't know. It doesn't have marks, so it's bad. True. Why doesn't it have marks? I'm still mad about that. I was never gonna get it. But why the hell do they have Magalore and not marks? They have marks too, but not marks. Sorry, I just like Marks. I like that little jester guy. I put him on my Tomodachi life, and not gonna lie, he is kind of giving filler. But Hatsune Miku does like him, so we might be getting character development. I just saw people making cool car thingies in it for like a week, and then nothing. Okay. See, I didn't even see the people making cars thing. I feel like I saw people playing the demo for it, and then nothing. Marks, more like barks. What are you even trying to say? Ruff! That's what I'm saying. No, well. Thinking about boss marks and a Milky Way wishes. You know what? Sure. Why not? Alright, is Burger real? Burger. I hope Burger. Murby. No, I can't spell. No, a family of dishes. No, I want Kirby named Burger. Wait. Pause. Hamburger. Oh no. I'm not sure there is a Burger Kirby. Wait, Kirby Burger is a costume in Kirby's Dream Buffet. Oh, Burger Brown is a color in Kirby's Dream Buffet. Okay, so this is all from this racing game. Burger color rules, though. Burger. Look at them. They're all so cute. I love Kirby. If they invented some sort of new procedure to give people stuff like cat ears and tails, would you get it, assuming it was affordable in the scenario? Yes. Well, would I be able to remove my human ears? I don't want 4 ears. Yes. I don't even gotta think about it. Now, what specifically would I want? I would have to think more about that. I think I would just want the tail. Oh, for sure I would want the tail. But you were saying that after it's like, God damn, my ears are fucking itchy all the time and it sucks. Having different ears might be kind of slay. Although, I would think... if I get overstimulated enough from loud noises, being able to hear better would probably not help. So maybe I'd hesitate a little on that. But would having different ear shapes necessarily affect the inner workings of the ear? Like, would it still functionally be a human ear because we still have, like, the same, like, I don't know, ear canal, eardrum, cochlea, whatever the fuck else is in the ear? Because if that is also the case, then if you had animal ears, your ear hole is still on the side of your head. So either the ear would have to be super long, or they would just be coming out of the side of your head weirdly. Thinking. Yeah, monkey tail would definitely be very... It would be the practical, useful one. But assuming we're allowed to get whatever the hell we want, I want a big ass fluffy tail. Big fluffy tail. I think they can make it an ear from scratch, that they can adjust how well it hears while making it in the witch's cauldron. Okay. See, I don't know how grounded in reality we wanted to make this. If we were, like, assuming that this was a real, like, surgery that you would graft onto a person, or if we're getting a little silly, getting a little magical with it. Thinking will get us nowhere. No, it depends on how I would answer the question. So it's important to ask follow-ups about your hypothetical. All right? It's like if you're asking, what Pokemon would you want to eat? And you're like, okay, well, are we assuming that they'll all taste like flesh because they're animals? Or are we going to get silly whimsical with it and say that, I don't know, Flareon would taste like a hearty stew? Exactly. Quillfish? See, but all right. We've had this conversation. We can have it again. If you say any of the fish, that's so boring, because if assuming that they're made of flesh, so they taste like flesh, fish are just edible. To be fair, most animals are also edible. But you know, like depending on where you live, eating, let's say, an alligator will be a little more uncommon to basically like, oh, I've never seen an alligator because I don't live in fucking Florida. So that's a little more out of the ordinary. So following that train of logic, which inanimate object Pokemon looks the most edible if you could eat it? I did see a pufferfish sushi place when I went on my trip, but that's aside the point. And you're saying you didn't? I'm looking at Quillfish right now. Its tail got a little alien face on it now. Yeah, Quillfish is cute. It is a little weird looking. I like the Hisuian one because I like the color. Not gonna lie, I totally forgot that Quillfish existed, though. Quillfish is such filler. It's from Gen 2, right? Yet another weird Gen 2 entry. There are so many weird Gen 2 mons that are just there and they don't evolve and they suck. Frankly. Poor Sneasel. Oh my god. I didn't even eat any sushi, actually. I went to curry or soba instead. Oh, do you mean when you went to when you went to Japan earlier this year? See, I thought you were talking about something that was more recent. Okay, makes sense then. See, that's fair. But also, to me, right now, curry sound really yummy. But I also just like curry. And I like noodles. Man, I was gonna cook stuff today, but I was so fucking tired. I was sitting in the grass after I finished doing my yard work. You know what? And I microwaved some leftover pizza and I brought it outside and I ate it outside. And it was tasty. And I had a fuck ton of orange juice. I want to eat an orange. It's a shame that our climate isn't one where we could feasibly grow oranges. Otherwise, I might try. Even though you'd have to wait so many years for it to actually start making fruit. Unless I bought an already living one, which would be kind of expensive. If I'm going to be buying things, I may as well buy myself a fucking wedge pillow. Which I should do. I miss grass. Don't talk to me about grass. I'm grass's #1 hater. Used to live in Florida, now I live in a desert. Fair enough. You got other cool plants. Do you have roadrunners? It's always curry time. Anyway, tasty inanimate Pokemon, give me Ditto. See, I want to say Bronzong. See, that's why I had to specify, assuming you could eat them, because obviously I'm not eating through Steel. But, like, if I could eat a Bronzong, I would eat a Bronzong. Yeah, we got Roadrunners. Yes. I like Roadrunners. I think that they're cool. That's all. Can't say I've lived in the desert. I'm like, what do I even live nearby? I live by semi-foresty stuff. I saw a tumbleweed on the road. Oh my god. It's so funny that tumbleweeds are real. They're so goofy. Aren't they dangerous though? They definitely feel like one of those things where if you've not lived in a deserty area, you wouldn't think that they're real. You'd think that that's some shit they made up. I hope they're not dangerous. See, my thought is that they like get something thorny Or they're, like, surprisingly rigid. Or maybe if they accumulate. I don't know. But they're not gonna fucking get you or whatever. They're not out to get you unless. I don't know. I've yet to touch a tumbleweed. I mean, that would be something that I would be scared to do, but I would love to touch a tumbleweed. I fear that I am the toucher. I like to touch plants. I shouldn't, but I like to. Reminds me of Delicious in Dungeon with the living armor. Oh my god, wait. No, I know what you're talking about. The tasty part is the mollusk living between the armor plates. Wait, you're like so smart. Because the way that I was envisioning eating a bronzong was like cracking the steel open and like having a something in between it. So you like tapped into my brain. That's crazy. Also, that's part of the little of what I've read of Dungeon Meshi. I should give that another try. It didn't connect with me when I first started reading it, but I don't know, that feels so weird. It was one of those instances of going into something being like, "Oh, this seems like something that I'd really like," and then it just didn't click. So I'll give it another chance. You'd roast it over a fire, crack it open for the bronzong meat. See, you understand. I just think it would be interesting. Were there a way for it to be edible, I think it would be interesting. That's my that's my justification. Yes, I know realistically it would just be sentient metal. But that's not fun. All right, that's boring. I also feel like I know far too much about Dungeon Meshi for someone who's read very little of it. Something spoiler marking. But it was also one of those instances where it's like, oh, I don't know if I'll ever actually read this, so I don't care. And now it's like, oh, well, about that. I mean, metal tastes kind of good. Does it, though? See, if you asked me of 10 years ago, I would have said absolutely. But since I've started taking iron, I feel like I've wanted to eat weird stuff less, which tells me that it was probably because I was iron deficient type anemic, and I wanted the iron. But aside from that, I can't say I care for the way that metal tastes. It also makes me scared that I'm gonna chip my tooth. I don't want to chip my teeth. That shit would be expensive. All right, I need to buy a wedge pillow. I need to maybe like get a couple of button-ups and shit. Maybe some more comfy pants that I'm okay with getting blood on. Ugh. Maybe some sweaters, because my ass gets cold, and if I'm not gonna be able to put stuff over my head, thinking, what if I just like wore a winter coat? This is for surgery. This is I'm just talking, okay? Your brain did. I want to eat mud cookies. No, you're kind of cooking with that one actually. I had a bunch of dirt caked in my nails earlier from like weeding and like digging in the dirt. And I kind of wanted to eat it, but I didn't. I'm like, no. We have to contain ourselves. But of course, the most edible one, moss. Agreed? Moss looks terribly edible. I want to eat it. Call me Chris Deltarune, the way I also want to eat moss. Except they actually do it, so they're stronger than I am. Right, zippers be easier than button-ups. But I really hate zippers. I hate zippers, I'm sorry. No, it's just the you can't lift your arms because you don't want to mess with fresh stitches. So you'd need things that you can't put over your head. Anyway. Yeah. I think I'd rather eat grass than moss. See, You know what? I get that. But it would have to be like grass after it had rained recently or freshly cut grass, so it would have that nice smell. But I don't think I would like the texture of grass. Moss seems like it would have a more appealing texture. Maybe it's just me. But also, I have a personal vendetta against grass. Button-ups then better than dealing with an open zipper. See, my thought is if nothing else, I could like pull the sides closer to me. Just something so that I could be warm and get blood on it. I think moss reminds me of mold too much. That's also fair. See, because in my brain, moss reminds me of a towel. So it would be like if I would eat a towel, but the towel would have actual give and I could bite through it because you can't really bite through a towel. Well, maybe you could. I couldn't. I wish mold wasn't absolutely terrible for you because it looks kind of cool. I think I'd enjoy chewing on a towel. That sounds like a good way to spend an evening. You can. You have free will. You can do that. But of course, there's so many different towels. So many different types of towels. Oh my god, wait. I didn't even realize we're almost at the 15,900. We passed 800. Wowzers. Yippee. Which means we're close to 16,000, which means we're close to 16,382, which is double over odds. Or which is double odds. I don't want to possibly go developing odd habits like that despite possibly enjoying them. Now, why not, huh? Survive my double odds. Oh, I'm gonna. Whatever Bug says. Feel like a dog the way I gotta be chewing on random shit. Help. Surely we have a wedge pillow in storage. Thank you. Wait, I'm gonna have to take all my plushies off of my bed. Because I don't want them to get blood on them. No! This freaking sucks. They're gonna be sentenced to hamper jail. Yay, guess who's... I can't read. Guess who just spent 2.5 hours literally not talking in VR chat because severe social anxiety. Oh my god, that would be me. Okay, I'm about to launch a really dumb question. Is VR chat only in VR? I don't understand how VR chat works. I just know you can make your own models for it. I cried because someone approached me and tried to talk to me. No, that sounds so scary. You don't have to have a headset for it? You don't? I didn't know that. I would think because it's in the name that it is VR. I see. So it is simply chat. Wait. 15,900. There's a desktop mode. There's a mobile mode? What the heck? You could truly tell that I know absolutely nothing about VR chat. Like the only chatting on the internet that I've done is via web phishing. And I guess this technically. Hello? Rip web phishing. Rip my lack of shiny eevee. No shiny eevee. No bitches. No VR chat. No web phishing. I don't talk with people because socializing is terrifying. True. But then unfortunately gotta tell yourself, well, if I never do the scary part, then I never talk to people. A friend tried to get me to meet someone new and I had a full-blown panic attack. No, that's real, unfortunately. Talking to people should not be scary, and yet... Brain says that if I talk to anyone new, they're gonna fucking get me. They're going to attack me. That is definitely not what's gonna happen. But that is the feeling. One reason why using a PNG avatar on the internet is kind of based and epic. Because I don't gotta think that hard about it. Y'all don't know what I look like. I mean, wow, this is exactly what I look like in real life. Actually. But I can have that visual barrier. I hecking love micromanaging my expressions and doing it extremely poorly. Brain says if I talk to anyone new, they'll hate me, I'll be bad, I will lose my friends and partners, and everyone will leave me. I fear that our brain cells... I was gonna say, did the fucking Zoolander thing. But it's like we pass by each other and then you send the look. But I feel like in that it's adversarial, but this is not an adversarial, it's a I've not seen that movie, so I don't know what happens. I just let myself have an expressionless face and I let everyone else deal with it. See, I feel like I do that, but then I'll catch myself like, wait, no, I'm doing something, and then I will overcorrect in the opposite direction. And it's like, why does my face feel weird? Oh, because I'm making strange faces and overcorrecting. Help! One stealth reason why wearing masks in public is still really cool. You don't gotta worry about it. I can emote however the heck I want. And it's not gonna matter. Because nobody can see. Careful, careful, Eevee. What if instead of Eevee being careful, it was shiny? I was gonna say, now that I'm at 15K, I can draw an image, but I don't want to. I had an idea for something else. I finally feel... Oh, my hands finally feel well enough, so maybe I can start drawing again. Huge. I need to make so many ref sheets. I'm intimidated. Help! Help! I hate ref sheets. Huge. Yes, huge with a Y. Huge. Me when I think. Okay. I got a couple of months, though. Haha. Draw my goat. Who? Me when the skyscraper is emotional. Ah! That doesn't really work, but whatever. Me like song. Me add song. Me see. Honestly. well, if Shuri Dude has like sheep and cows, wouldn't surprise me if he had goats. And chickens. But not sure if goats are harder to keep because they're kind of smart. They can pick locks or whatever. Not pick locks, but they can undo latches. I like goats. Wait, since it's spring and there's strawberries, might be able to go strawberry picking, and they have goats. They have goats there. Wait, we might not be able to see the goats. They're in a different place. No! I want strawberries, though. Goats can pick locks. Your front door is not safe. Yeah, that's why I corrected. Like, okay, I don't think they can, like, shove their horn in a tiny little lock and pick it, but they can undo a latch. I think. More of a male Dorset sheep. So, a sheep. The nefarious goat burglar entering your home to steal your shiny odds. Oh my god. Me when I forgot to close the door all the way earlier. For like a couple seconds, then I look back and it's wide open. I'm like, oh my god. What if someone entered? Like in that freaking movie that I watched yesterday. Oh my god. It was the goat. I never would have expected this. I'd like to click the correct buttons, thank you. I just throw some salt and it'd be distracted. You know what? Fair enough. Get a salt lick. Get one of those salt lamps and just put it outside. Are salt lamps actually a fire hazard? Ah. Speaking of, I should get another salt lick for the cows. The last one melted in the rain. No! Get yourself a salt lick if you want to. I feel like if you need enough salt that you want a salt lick, that might be an indication of another problem. I don't know. Like, if you want to eat ice, you might be missing other nutrients within your body. $16K approaches. In like 20 minutes. But also tiredness. What the hell? Yawns approach. Wait a minute. Oh my god. I made myself tea. And I've like not drinking any of it. This always happens. And now it's ice cold. Ew. Iced tea is at least better than iced coffee usually. I say that, but I don't generally drink coffee regardless. Lies? What lies? I will hydrate and posture check. Fuck, I hate cold water. But I drank all my warm water earlier and I put my other water bottle in the dishwasher. Help. I feel like a fake gay because I prefer warm drinks over ice drinks. I don't know. Warm drinks are just comfier. I like a warm drink. Cold drinks are fine, I guess. But I generally would never actively go for them. But also, I'm like, okay, it's warm outside. I don't care. I still want to eat like some soup. Why can I not eat some soup in the middle of the summer? I'm gonna do that. I will eat ice cream in the winter because, god damn it, what if I really want some ice cream? The weather will not influence me. What are you, a sheep? A sheeple? No. Are you gonna let Big Temp tell you what you can or cannot eat? SMH. Bah! That's why I'm saying I feel like a fake gay. I have no idea why I'm like this. Why is it a gay stereotype that y'all like iced coffee? What is it about iced coffee that is gay? I don't understand. Give me my alfalfa, huh? So like what is alfalfa, all right? I was gonna say, when you say it, I'm gonna feel dumb. Cause I know what it is, but I don't. Wait, no, I was thinking of couscous. Never mind. What's alfalfa? Oh wait, is it just a grain because you're a sheep? Because you're a sheeple? Yeah, it's a grass. All right. We're horses, we're frolicking in the field. Let's go eat some grass together. It's like at sunset. It's mid-spring, so it's not super warm yet. We're frolicking through the fields. Yay or nay? Get it? Because horses, we're horses. Like you have hay and alfalfa as general feed. Okay. And then you drive past a farm and they have horses and you point at them and you go, horses! Or they have cows and you go, cows! It's so strange to think we actually do live around a decent amount of farms. But it's so weird because I wouldn't say like, oh yeah, we live around like farmland. And like it is a little farther out. But it's just like 20 or 30 minutes, so it ain't that far. Driving, not walking. Weird to think about. Wait, we're gonna start getting baby geese soon. I love baby geese. Little guys. I should go to the library. That's associated because it's close to a lake, and there's a lot of geese there. It has 4 legs. It makes a funny sound. Nay! I can't make a realistic horse sound. Horses are so freaky, though. Freaky, parentheses, affectionate. Weird, muscular, stick-legged creatures. Horses are too clever. They're so strange. How did you develop to be the way that you are? You majestic, weird little critter. Why can't they be too clever? Good for them. Animals deserve to be a little clever if they want to be. And if they don't want to be, you know what? God damn it, they should be able to do that. If Daisy wants to be stupid, she can. That's kind of mean. However, if she eats trash, I'm not gonna call her. I'm not gonna be calling her intelligent when she really wants to. Oh, wait. There was a squirrel earlier. There was a squirrel earlier, and it kept on climbing on everything. It tried to jump into our recycling. And I don't know what the squirrel was on, but it barely was able to get up off the ground, and it just dunk, and fell off. And I feel bad because it probably hurt, but I did laugh. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? But I was kind of scared to get close to it to shoo it away. Just in case. Because I'm... Perhaps wrongfully, I'm like, oh, animals acting weird. Well, you know, just in case. Let me keep a healthy distance. Squirrels are also dumb. I wish there was a way to feed birds without it just becoming a squirrel feeder. I'm laughing because my grandmother used to have a bird feeder. However, it was realistically just a squirrel feeder. Because the squirrels would like jump from a nearby tree onto it and take everything, because of course they did. Life finds a way, and by life I mean squirrels. Those little shits will do whatever. I was gonna say thank goodness that they don't eat all of my fucking plants, but then, hey, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. They'll be digging up my fucking bulbs, except for daffodils. Why do none of the why do no animals like daffodils? I don't understand. Like, don't get me wrong. I ain't exactly complaining. Because it, of course, makes it easy to put them everywhere, which is kind of why they are everywhere around here. Because nothing will eat them. But what is it about them that's so unappealing? I'm gonna take a fucking Claritin. This is absurd. Hills ASMR. I would like to be able to sleep. Wait, I made a terrible mistake. I just ate it like I was gonna dry swallow it, which I could have. But I don't know how bad Claritin tastes, so I'd rather not risk it. And then I would be stuck with something terrible in my mouth. Help. Y'all, what's your prediction that I'm gonna hit double over odds tomorrow off stream, and then I come back and the counter's at like 18,000 and we're all like, oh no. Oh no. We're in it for the long haul. 2 million resets, that's not going to happen. 2 million resets will not happen. Dare I say it's impossible? It's not impossible, but it will not happen. If it does, I need to be studied. It would ruin my idea for my freaking project. And it would also take years. It would be so funny though. Would it? 200k is the limit? No, 100k is the limit. Because it's taken me... Okay, we're at 88 hours for rounding up. You know what? 89 hours for 16,000 resets. How long do you think 2 million would take? That would take several years. Oh, added a 0. 20k is the limit, surely. Oh. I see. If I get to 20k and I haven't gotten it, I'll take a break. Unless... What's triple odds? Wait, I have my phone. I have my calculator. Calculator. $8,192x3. It's 24,576. We go to that and I take a break. Triple odds. Got your calc. That's short for calculator. Yeah. Am I missing something? Is this a thing that I'm supposed to know? What is calc short for calculator? Because I've heard it before, and I thought it was just a this person saying it thing. Clearly I've missed something. Eevee. Ugh. I say I'll go to triple odds, but I want to get this goddamn thing now. I think I first saw it from some video of a guy in Fortnite. Yeah, no wonder I didn't see it. I fear that anything in Fortnite is solely out of my realm of awareness. I don't care about Fortnite, I fear. I've never been a Fortniter. I don't know what y'all do in Fortnite. I know you have a lot of collabs. That's all. Calc short for calculator. Yes. Actually, no. That's calculus. I wonder if my TI-80 whatever the heck would sell for any amount of money. Oh, wait, no. It probably has corroded batteries in it. Ah, fuck. I don't even know where it is, though. Wait. It's 12 o'clock. I should probably put my Pokemon sleep to sleep. Alright. What's your over or under on how many ingredients my Larvitar will give me? For context, this thing constantly lets me down. And it sucks because if you want them to have more carry limit, I gotta evolve it, but I don't want to evolve it because I like Larvitar the most. I saw a video recently where people are jailbreaking their calculators and using them to emulate games, stuff that's not just Doom based. Good for them. I should probably find all the lost things with batteries in them in case the batteries start to inflate. Yeah, you should. Yeah, no, I was what was I looking for? Oh yeah, I was looking for my DS charger. And I saw a device that I had thought about somewhat recently, so I took it out. And I'm like, oh shit, I've been looking for this. And then I thought, oh, wait. And then I opened it up. And what do you know? The batteries were crazy corroded. I'm like, all right. Yeah, that's going in the trash, I fear. My Mew only found me 1 egg. Help! Yeah, this fucker gave me 2 ginger. Of course it did. Multitasking not easy. Oh my god, my Pawmot is so goated. It never finds any ingredients for me though. Sorry, my Pawmo. It's not a Pawmot yet. Constantly using the skill. Yippee. Eevee, can you please show up before 16K? It would be so awesome and cool. Yeah, if you have something with batteries and you've not checked it for a while, you should probably think about that. Ugh. I'm so scared to open up my Nintendo DS Lite, which has never been opened, to see this the state of the battery. I've not charged that thing in years, but every single time I turn it on, it's not gone low on battery, which I don't know if that's concerning or not. I just need to hunt more off stream. But what if I want to do something else? Whoa. Sorry, I have a lot of... Why is there so many notifications in my sleep? Sleep. Whoa. 11 new sleeps. Wowzers. This person with the 26 sleep score. Oh dear. Alright. I gotta put my thing aside real quick. Right. Wait, I'm gonna mute real quick because I have to blow my nose. Okay. Oh, wait, no, no, Eevee's like, oh my goodness, this person's allergies are so bad. I'll be shiny so we can move to a different, less allergenful environment. Because it's so mindful. True? Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. Shut the fuck up. It late. Do I have the energy? Do I have the energy to do 100 more after this? I don't know. I think I'll just stop at 1600. It feels correct. Nice even 1,000 benchmark. Anyway, shiny Eevee rah or something. Exactly, because we're just gonna get it today. All it takes is one reset. And then we can be out of here. I'm still so scared of accidentally seeing it and then resetting over it when the number is getting even bigger. And then it gets even bigger and it's my fault. I would reset the counter for that, though. Because technically it means that I did find it. I just failed it. If you reset on a shiny, are you just going to keep going? I'm just going to keep going. See, if I feel like if that happened, I would do even more resets. Like, outside of stream. Because, like, okay, well, now I have to get it. Let's stop beating around the bush. I already got it. I wanna reclaim it already. But I will simply not fail it. We will simply get it, and it'll be like, wow, oh my god. I can't believe it. I got the shiny Eevee. Oh my god. See, but then, oh, well. I was gonna say, I look at the timer, and it's like, oh my god, I've only been live for like 2 hours. 2.5. Whatever. You know, that's probably good because it'll take up less space on my computer with my, like, 10 billion VODs. It's more like 30. Jeez. I still have stuff from the end of February. Help. Eevee hates me so much. Imagine I get it exactly on the double over odds number. It would be a little funny if I got it tomorrow. Gonna need more Eevee memes so it'll come by. Alright, make me some then. SMH. Ugh. I need... I was gonna say, like, okay, I can do... I could do some resets tomorrow, but, like, I was planning on doing a lot of planting stuff today, so that's gonna be a few hours. What if I want to do other stuff? Truly doing under 200 resets an hour stacks up. Cause then it's like, okay, maybe I'll try to get in, like, I don't know, like 500 resets, and then you take a step back and it's like, whoa, that's gonna be like 3 hours. Help. Which is why reads and watches are nice, because then it's like, okay, I'm engaging with art in the meantime. Of course I say that, but while for the most of my reading of Witch Hat, I wasn't shiny hunting because I was shrimply paying too much attention. I was too locked in. And you know what? Too locked in, all to say that we're at 16,000 encounters, almost 89 hours in. And this is it. This is going to be the shiny Eevee. This one right here. It'll be the next one. It'll be just one more encounter. It'll be this one. 16,001. There. Now the number is unsatisfying. All right, yeah, we all knew this was gonna happen. All right, we're going to double odds. We're going to double odds. Eventually, probably. It's going to happen. It'll happen before the end of the month. I gotta lock. I want to get it before next week because I'm not gonna be here for most of next week. Rah! 2 million? No. We've got to be realistic. We got to take a step back. It's not going to go to 2 million. We're just going to get it next time. I say almost to double odds, which is technically true, but it is also almost 400 encounters away. So, like, close, but not that close. But I'll probably get there tomorrow, assuming I don't feel like absolute shit. Just like exhausted wise, which is a possibility. My legs were killing me earlier, but I feel better now, so yippee. Yeah. Anyway, we'll continue this on Thursday, assuming that I don't get it. Is it bad that I'm already like assuming that I don't get it? Because in my heart of hearts, it's okay. It'll appear when I least expect it, which is to say, it'll definitely appear tomorrow, because I'll get to double over odds, and then I'll do one more encounter, and then it'll be it, because it would be funny. Have a good night. You'll get it eventually. Of course I'll get it eventually. I ain't stopping till I get it. And you may say, oh, you said you'll call it quits at 100K. Yeah, that's because it ain't gonna happen. Exactly. Goo. Yes, yes, goo. Good night, everyone. Or good time zone. Bye. Please wish me luck. I'll get the eevee. I'll get the eevee next time, I promise. It'll just one more reset. I'll get it next time.